So, on your program, the first speaker, Mr. Andrew Kanyai, who is the
the head of Judicial Services. I'm here tonight on behalf of Student Affairs Department, and I'm also pleased to be with you tonight and to have a chance to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Mofokeng, together with his Dr. wife. Mr. Mofokeng is a South African legend of stage and screen. He has appeared in a number of critically acclaimed films, including Courage in the Last Country, Mandela and Black, and the 2005 Academy Award-winning film, Something Which most of us may know. He is now a freelance artist investing his various skills in the art setting, directing, writing, and teaching. In 2013, he was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award for appearing at the 7th Annual South African Film and Television Awards. He has played numerous varied roles in film and television. His most recent roles were in Ghana on ETV and in the drama, which is currently playing on ETV on Tuesdays, called The Haze. Mr. Mofokeng, together with his wife, Claudine, also have regular shows on Wednesdays at Kayak and Student Letters, which has ended a time as marriage counselors and relationship consultants. Relevant to tonight's event, Mr. Mofokeng is a husband, a father to their 5 children, and a grandfather to his grandchildren. Mr. Mofokeng is an author of a love and intimate book, Born Out of Love, the book that is going to be sharing with us tonight. He is also just fascinating, full of humor. We are all in for great esteem. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming our guest speaker and the author of In Love and Intimate to Mr. Mofokeng.
I don't know whether I should say 1, 2, or 7, 8, or whether 7. I said it. Someone, good evening. I was watching the spotlight because I'm here or something. I really want to thank the university and the various departments for seriously giving us a good event. And the representatives of the departments that I met here, it just says this is not a by the way. They took this whole event seriously. Thank you very much. Let's applaud them for that. We do not have a lot of time, so I just want to get onto the business. I wrote this book about 4 years ago. And then I kept giving it to my wife to review this and that, and then put it in the freezer. Because I had a problem. You see, when you come from Wits University and Columbia University, you want your book to be perfect. And so one pastor comes to me and says, no, you'll never publish because you think this is a thesis. People are not interested in thesis and doctorates. They want a book that will help them to live the life and to get it right. Because in all truth, in all fairness, who goes to the school of life? You know, where are the classes? How do you learn to be ready for all these things? Well, during your marriage weekend, there's a big problem. I have a problem with it. They take the woman and put her into this room and give her all the tricks on how to be a good wife. This woman has lived 30 years. You think in 30 minutes you're going to change your mind with her? And to make it worse, nothing is said to the man. All he he does is to go to a bachelor party. And these two people, you expect them to get it right in their marriage. And so somehow we expect that by osmosis we must get the marriage right without doing anything to prepare ourselves. And it reminds me, we were doing a seminar when I was in Belgium in the States. And the young man of about 25 has been married before, divorced, has already engaged, the invitation cards are out, he's going to get married. He comes to this seminar that we're running and he says, you know, I actually feel like I am a pilot without a pilot's license. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm getting married, I don't know what marriage is. And that is the issue that we want to try and address in our small way with this book. Please, don't expect us to give you all the answers. There's no way in a 200-page book we could give you all the answers. But hopefully it's a beginning for you to begin to consider some important matters and principles about this institution. Look, I want to say love is a choice, love is a commitment, love is an action. You choose to be in love, otherwise you were raised into love. You know what I'm saying? You choose to be in love. You have the right to say no. You have the right to go and approach somebody and say, I love you. And know what you mean by that. You to respond to say, I love you. You choose to get into this kind of relationship. But the thing is, what is it that you're saying when you say to a person, I love you, or I love you too? What promises are you making? What contract are you signing with a person when you say that? It is a choice. Now, please understand, love is also not just a choice, it is a risk. It's a risk because you know about yourself, you know how serious you are, you know your integrity, you know everything about yourself, but you can't guarantee about the other person. Which is why very often we get shocked when we get the kind of packages that we did not anticipate from people who told us that we love. Love is a commitment. Love is a commitment. As a young man, I made a choice that I get into a relationship one woman at a time. Because the person I get into a relationship with must get 100% chance. There must not be an option among the 7 that are available to me that I'm right to. And would like to similarly get that kind of truthfulness and integrity from other partners. But it's also an action. It's something that is ongoing. You don't say, I love you, and you end there. My father-in-law said, love must be revised. Love must be revised. It's like a river that is flowing all the time. Any water that is stagnant, anything that is in there, it dies. That's why you get mosquitoes and all sorts of horrors in that, because it's not alive, it's not flowing. Now, you know in your own families, a lot of people, they have a marriage certificate and they go to the same bedroom every night, but there's nothing about love in that relationship. It needs to be watered, it needs to be serviced, it needs to be renewed all the way through. But you have to watch out for the baggage that you bring into a relationship. Watch out what baggage you bring. When I say love, in love, what comes to your mind? What pictures? Let me make an example of my own. Growing up in Orlando West, I saw these front going from work with red hair under their arms and walking with sister, and those kinds of things. Really, I don't know why ladies, they refresh at 4 o'clock and they smell better at 4 o'clock than they did at 2 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? They do. One lady said to a friend of mine, I'll never fall into a relationship with Jim. He's too much of a cheese ball and whatever. You see, a girl must be clapped once in a while, just so that she can be disciplined. I don't tend to be surprised. There are people who have grown with violence around them. It has become normal. It has become normal. And so you become a good lover, and that's why people start saying, no, you do all these things for me, what are you up to? As though when you love, you really must do some of these things that are out of the way. So what's your dream? What's your definition? What images come to your head when you mention the word love? And when I say what baggage do you bring to this relationship? The question is, do you have the capacity to receive love? Receive love. Some of us have been cheated on and disappointed and beaten up that we have problems with this word love. And when a person truly loves you, you regard them with suspicion. We just don't know how to receive love. And when you are starved like that, can you give love? And so you need to do your homework first before you check the whole notion of being in love. And by the way, then, give and receive love differently. That's why we have separate chapters and say, love a woman the way a woman wants to be loved. Why not inside the woman? Don't waste your time. A woman wants you before your feelings. Not a group of things, but before things, companionship is more important. But no, we want to give this. One of the things that's important is, I use the word from God and give to give an acronym of what are the things that make the woman give. And one of the things is just women receive love through their ears. The things that you say go a long way. Such as the word I love you never expires. You say it for the rest of your life. And one of the sentences that are very difficult to say by name is the three words that follow each other in this order. I am so. No. Don't go and buy a BMW that costs 300,000 just to avoid saying those words. But because there is this miseducation in us that one say and spoiling it, you're giving it too much out. We are afraid to say, I am so. But the one thing I want to say before I give Mofokeng an opportunity to talk a little bit about this thing of compatibility. It's just to say this. Do not punish your present partner for the sins of your ex. Do not punish your present partner for the sins of your ex. You find yourself saying, yeah. Don't even try. Don't even try. I'll say it later. No. And basically what you're saying is, you are shouting to your ex via this person in front of you. Let me leave it there. We don't have a lot of time. By the way, I should come here and tell you everything in the book. But Mofokeng talks about compatibility. And let me say this, make a story for her. If both of you are the same, one of you is not necessary. However, water and paraffin will never meet. And it's not going to meet just for your own convenience. They will never meet. And so if there is a serious issues of incompatibility between yourself, stop wasting your time at the last class. Say goodbye nicely and go and find a person that's right. If you're already married, come for counseling. We don't want to cause divorces here. But if you're not yet married, go ahead.
Good afternoon. Am I audible? No.
Let's check this. This is our what? I don't want to phone. Yeah, you just phone. All right. I must speak loud, otherwise use the other one.
Accessories. Afternoon. I chose to share on compatibility because that's what I encounter many times when I counsel. This area is very serious and it leads to many divorces. So I figured it out. People do not take time to study one another, each other. People rush into things. We get very quickly, maybe because of pregnant. We are pressured, my friends, getting married, the biological clock, etc. But I'm here to say this: give yourself time to study your partner. That is why there's a word called dating, or I don't know which word they use these days. But courtship, because when you ask it, these words have evolved. They no longer mean what I understood. Now, as Mofokeng said, you don't want to go for a photocopy of yourself, but let's define compatibility this way. It's the ability to be used together without problems or conflicts. You take A and B and combine them in order to achieve something. In the process, there's no longer A or B. The results are such that neither A or B can take credit alone. That's how much of men. Or the ability to be harmonious. Take an orchestra, for instance. It has many individual instruments, but when they play next to each other, the sound is one and it is beautiful. So we say there's harmony. The secret lies in the instruments being next to each other and playing together. There's no oppression, no abstention. You are different, but you are good together. What about corresponding? No, let me leave that way. That one, I'm going to quote from Amos 3 verse 3. It says, can two walk together as they be agreed? It's in the Bible. Couples need to be compatible to correct each other or take a chance on each other. But this does not mean there won't be disagreements. You find somebody saying, we are like this. We finish each other's sentences, we never fight. Good luck. And it just means what we bring out of each other makes the relationship a better chance of passing the test of time. Now, I must say it again. What is this working together? I had a very strict father. When I asked to go somewhere, he would ask me rather very invasive questions like, where are you going? What are you going to do? With who are you going? What mode of transport? What time will you be back? Are you sure? And from that, I looked at, okay, here are two people saying they want to work together. Hopefully towards marriage. And here are the questions. Where are we going? You ask your partner, where are we going, by the way? What are we going to do? Who's going to be with us? When are we going to go and when are we coming back and what should I go with you? People, particularly ladies, we shun questioning. We do not want to ask the relevant questions. Let's be runs away. Ask those questions. And what is this working together? You acknowledge that the destination might be common, but the route different. One says, let's get a loan for our wedding ceremony and pay it off later. The other says, let's say it and get married when we can afford it. Here is a common destination, but the routes might be different. Another couple, you can also acknowledge that my partner and I do not have a common destination at all. Marriage is not even a wild thought for you. You have started fascinating about who you will approach for a maid of honor. If not in these cards, you are already prepared. The decision is yours. Now, there are many areas of compatibility or incompatibility. I'm just going to take a few for the sake of time. But generally, it's cultural, economical, emotional, personality, intellectual, physical, political, your past, and spiritual. I choose culture. Let's give culture a sociological definition. This is the way of life of a social group. It is transmitted from generation to generation. It comprises of beliefs, morals, customs, values among others. Each one of us are informed and guided by culture. All of us in this. Now, question. Do you have a cultural constraint that stops you from displaying affection publicly? Public display of affection. For you, it's taboo, but for your partner, they feel so unloved because you want to hold hands with them. That's incompatibility. Are you under pressure from your family to test the fertility of your fiancé before you marry? Is sex outside marriage an option in your relationship? Please ask the relevant questions. You are stopped from getting married because culturally speaking, and the lady has to understand. So please talk about those things. And what comes along is also what I call family culture. The things that used to happen in your home. One lady will say, I will not get out of bed before he gives me coffee because my mother used to get coffee. I had a friend, we like to shop, and I saw these trays at Plaza. They are so beautiful. She says, I need a tray. Did I tell you when I need a tray? Yes. You will not find me having a tray in my house. Why? Well, my father used to take the tray out of my mother's hands when he was drunk. The question is, why did your husband not to be served on a tray? So you take your past into your present and you are selfish about it, you do not share. And now there's a phenomenon I'm meeting, I do counseling. From last year, it's been opening my eyes gradually. Expectations brought from upbringing. Men who were brought up by stay-at-home mothers, this is how they react. They do not see the need for a helper, even if the wife works outside the home. They simply is a crowd. They expect the wife to come back from work and start from scratch and wait on them. I'm being extreme. They have high expectations. This has to be done by my wife like this, just like my mother. The mother was cooking, the mother was dead. On the other hand, a woman brought up by a working mom, she readily accepts outside help. As long as the house is reasonably clean, there is food and laundry done, she's happy. Look at how both have brought their respective homes into this present home. In our first home, us, first year in marriage, I was shocked. I was shocked when my husband asked me to go and check who was at the door late at night. Someone was knocking. Why? Because at my home he was my father's door. We never went to the door. I was like, ah! But I realized it wasn't his culture. So yes, here and there I eased up, but friendship was tough. Now, you find that in the two scenarios I've given you, the man sees the woman as non-submissive. The brother family sees her as not being chosen enough. How can you depend on another woman to do what you say? The woman sees the man as being unloving and chauvinistic. How can we expect him to come back at 5 o'clock after traffic, start cooking, whatever, and is sitting there serving the TV, whatever? Those are the reports I get in the counseling. Now, the brother family sees nothing wrong with him. He is right to expect to be cared for. He paid no money. So what I'm saying is, let your culture help to build your relationship. Don't use it as an excuse to hide your imperfections. And you can only really engage if you talk. Communication is another thing, but talk. What about emotional stroke personality? How old a person is has nothing to do with their maturity. The birth certificate is an indication of your physical age. How does that compare with the maturity of the mind and of the spirit? Physically you are 40, mentally you are 50, spiritually you are 15. So what's the profile of the person you are in love with? Now, you see the emotional maturity or immaturity during conflict resolution, for instance. People have no skills. Instead of solving, they cry, they have temper tantrums. How is the couple's emotional intelligence? That's got nothing to do with academic intelligence. Emotional. How do you handle yourself emotionally? What about the baggage from our unfortunate past as wisdom? And I'm here to say, if you are married or if you intend to get married, your wife is not your mother, your husband is not your father. And this caused me to go into, I don't know if there are psychology students here. Let's look at the Maslow hierarchy of needs. We have the basic nature and they keep going up. There's food, sex, then safety and security, love and belonging, self-esteem, and then self-actualization. About this hierarchy of needs, we know that when lower needs have been met, higher needs become important. Once those also are met, there is a need to make a contribution to the well-being of others are the lives. Why? I'm going to give you a scenario. Here are two people that meet in the university. This is an actual couple that I counseled. The lady, tough background, by a single parent, a mom. She got good support from mom and she's grounded and content. She started through business because she was able and now is the CEO of the company. Happy, tough background also, brought up by both parents, but he's got daily issues because daily never supported. He also went to school through bursaries. He's an engineer today. Now, they come to counseling. The man says she's not appreciative. The woman says he is pompous. So I wanted to understand, what is it? What's wrong? The woman says, he bought me a car. That is why he says I'm not appreciative. He bought me a very big car, a 4x4. I went 3 kilometers from my house. I prefer to use the Mazda, but he's complaining about it. I will not use that humongous car, humongous, I'd rather save it for holidays. Okay. The man says, no, you're not appreciative. I can't imagine my wife driving this car. You see, imagine that she bought it with her last, she struggled to get that car and it's being referred to as this car. The woman says, you're publicity that car. He's got 7 cars, a caravan, a boat, and they live in Johannesburg. What does that tell you? Going back to Maslow, this person is trying to self-actualize, but there are pockets that were not met. He is making up. He is not counting the cost because it's this person who grew up and said, when I grow up, I will, the day I end, I will do this, they live for the Joneses next door. So when you are with a person and you realize that we don't fight mad, please talk about it because, I have a friend who said, don't say anything. I went and bought a pair of shoes and I only found out when they gave me that I left the same one. Because there's this satiety, there's something that they are feeling, but it's not feelable. It dates back to when she was growing up, it was so tough. But now, here's a partner who does not understand. So, you find that it's very dangerous to just jump in there and you don't know what you are dealing with. And here's somebody who says, Mofokeng, I didn't sign up for this. True, you didn't, but you didn't ask the relevant questions. So that is compatibility. If there's time, can I talk a bit about the physical? Okay. The physical compatibility. This partly has to do with age. Love can be blind and not be intimidated by the age gap between the partners. This is particularly the case when the woman is older than the man. Just like the education, this does not have to be a problem. The couple just has to acknowledge the difference and make the adjustments that might be necessary. Besides the difference that is stipulated by the birth certificates, there are also aesthetic differences. All of us are going through milestones, isn't it? I'm older, I look older than I did 10 years ago. Now, there are what we call a midlife crisis. And I'm going to share with you what happened to our dear friend. He's our age, was 30 years then. He left a wife for his PA. And yeah, life happened, as you say. Now, he left a wife with adult children, and this woman she made peace with it. She said, he can go. Now the PA is young, the hormones are right. She had 3 children in 4 years. Yes, she's young. Now, and then, think of the scenario, she's always tired. Very tired. 3 children is not child's play. Now, the husband is our age. She comes back home. The crush is waiting. No, I'm not they are running all over the place. We come to them at this age, but it was insightful. He's attending birthday things. You know what a birthday thing is? When the child has a birthday, you have to know. Imagine. Hey, so fast. Now, he's